So we drew the out. We're just gonna banish the top 20 cards of their deck. The activate Shut All Fusion. And just when you think you're in the clear, an El Shadal Winda jump scare. Now both players can only special summon once per turn. In Ghoti, one of the few ways to out the Winda is to banish the shift from the graveyard, increasing the attack of one of your monsters, and then destroying it in battle. Both Ghoti and Tearlament do a lot of chaining, so it's very important to know how chains work. When it comes to chaining, the turn player has priority. This means if it's your opponent's turn, they get to activate their effects first, and you can only activate your cards in response. So here we're going to respond to Rhinoheart's effect, activating Pasties to Synchro Summon, and to an Ascan. We want to use Ascan to banish the tier monster so they have nothing to fusion summon with. We'll chain Arian Post, then on chain link 3 we'll activate Ascan, and the opponent activates their trap card to negate Abyss Shark. They don't need to negate Ascan because they will just send their Rhinoheart to the graveyard with the trap card. On chain link 5, Shift resolves Synchro Summoning with our Ascan into a Ghoti of the Deep Beyond. And thanks to Dimensional Shifter, we have a Deep Beyond with 8500 attack. The trap card resolves, sending Rhinoheart to the graveyard. We use Arian Post to banish Pasties and add another Pasties to our hand for the following turn. Their T-Element Fusion resolves, allowing them to special summon a Predaplant Dragostapelia. So our Ghoti of the Deep Beyond tries to banish the field, but Predaplant is a quick effect, so it can respond to Deep Beyond and negate it. We'll then activate the Snopios to banish the Zap and an Ascan from the graveyard. Special summoning the Snopios. Ascan will banish a Shift from the graveyard to special summon itself. And Zap will special summon from the Banish Zone. Snopios can target anything since it's going to be banished anyway. Now our Ascan and our Zap hits the field. Zap then activates its effect to synchro with our Ascan. Into our second Deep Beyond to banish the entire field. Snopios then banishes the Pasties from the graveyard, and now the opponent has scooped. So this time we're up against a branded tier deck. We're going to normal summon the Leaf Fish. Leaf Fish will then send the Shift to the graveyard. We'll activate Ready Fusion to summon an All-Vein level 2 tuner so we can synchro summon with Leaf Fish. Into an Arian Post. Arian Post will then banish our other tuner Pasties. And we'll special summon Abyss Shark, adding Angler to our hand. We'll banish the Shift from the graveyard. And with Angler and Abyss Shark, we can exit summon into a Stealth Kragan. On the opponent's standby phase, we'll get both of our tuners back. The opponent activates a Branded Fusion to summon Lubellion of the Searing Dragon, and they will use this card to summon Mirror Jade. Now we don't want our opponent to summon Mirror Jade because Mirror Jade doesn't target, so it's going to be a good counter to our Synchro summons. So we're going to effect Valor Lubellion, negating its effect. They try to go into the battle phase, forcing us to use Stealth Kragan. And they would normal summon a Fallen of Albaz, another card that removes monsters without targeting. We're forced to activate Pasties, and they respond with a Max C. Now we could have avoided all of this by banishing Lubellion with Ascan instead of destroying it with Stealth Kragan. So we're going to Synchro Summon into an Ascan with Arian Post. And because Fallen of Albaz doesn't target, they will be able to Fusion Summon our Ascan before it gets a chance to banish anything into a Mirror Jade. We'll use Arian Post in the graveyard to add Snopios to our hand. So on our turn, we're just going to activate Stealth Kragan to pop the Mirror Jade. They activate Havness. So they special summon the Havness and mill 3 cards. They weren't able to mill a Tearlament. Kragan pops the Mirror Jade, triggering its graveyard effect. We'll special summon Snopios to banish both of our tuners. And in the battle phase, we'll destroy their Havness. And the end phase, Mirror Jade destroys all of our monsters. Snopios will banish an Ascan from the graveyard and add itself to the hand. Ascan then banishes another fish, special summoning the Ascan, and we'll pass our turn. During the standby phase, both of our tuners returns to the field. They normal summon Right Now Heart, sending a Tier Elements to the graveyard. We'll respond with Paces to Synchro Summon. Into our Deep Beyond. The opponent then fusion summons using Lubellion and another tier into a Predaplant Dragostapelia. Fusion decks like Tier Elements and Branded will summon Predaplant to not just negate your Deep Beyond or Ascan, but to also change their levels to level 1. So in some games, Predaplant will just hard counter you. Here we'll activate Snopios to banish Ascan from the graveyard. Bringing our Ascan back to the field, and we'll activate the Shift to Synchro Summon with the Ascan into our second Deep Beyond to banish the entire field, and with that the opponent scoops. So in this replay, we're up against another Branded tier deck, and they've activated Branded Fusion. We don't have an effect Veiler to negate Lubellion, so we're gonna have to Synchro Summon before Mirror Jade hits the field. So the opponent activates a Havness in response. So they mill the top 3 cards of their deck. We're now going to Synchro Summon into an Ascan. Branded Fusion resolves, allowing them to Fusion Summon into Lubellion. And they did use Branded Fusion to send a Tier Element monster to the graveyard. So they're going to Fusion Summon with Tier Element Merly. We'll chain Arian Post. And then we'll activate Ascan, and we want to banish the field spell before it activates. Then we can chain Shift to Ascan. We want to use Shift to Synchro Summon into our Deep Beyond before Mirror Jade hits the field. We use Arian Post to add Zep to our hand. Merly resolves, allowing them to Fusion Summon. So here they're going to Fusion Summon into a Tier Elements Kaleido Heart. Lubellion then resolves, allowing them to Fusion Summon into a Mirror Jade. And because of how chaining works, the turn player takes priority, so they're going to be able to activate their Kaleido Heart first. We activate Deep Beyond in response, so Deep Beyond is going to be able to banish the field before Kaleido Heart gets a chance to shuffle it into the deck. They will use Mirror Jade to banish Deep Beyond, but it's already too late. Deep Beyond doesn't have to be on the field to resolve its effect. Snopios gets added to the hand, and Deep Beyond banishes the field, and Kaleido Heart can't shuffle our Deep Beyond. So they're going to set 3 cards in the back row. And we're just going to activate our Snopios, banish Ascan, Ascan banishes a card, Zep activates its effect when banished, and now we can special summon our Zep and our Ascan. Using Zep and Ascan, we'll Synchro Summon. Into our second Deep Beyond, banishing the field once again.